Do you think that in the future that the N-word won't be around anymore?
Fuck no. That word is here forever. I just bought Roots the other day.
I interviewed John Amos not too long ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe it'll help kids remember roots, which I think should be an obligatory part of every curriculum in schools. Every school should have a copy of Roots made available, regardless of the ethnicity of the school.
I mean, I just bought it and I'm finna pop it in now as an adult. I couldn't get into it as a kid.
Right. That came out, what, in the 70s, I think?
That was not what I was into. But now that I'm into it, you know, I really want to know about. I really want to know.
Yeah. That was the first time that whole era was even chronicled.
As it should, yeah.
I remember reading about Alex Haley, and he was saying that it started off as short stories and like Reader's Digest, and it was like no one was writing about this shit. It was all under the table, swept under the table.
I want to see that, and I want to really reenact Roots. I think that it should be an up-to-date version, and made a big deal out of.
I think 12 Years a Slave kind of picked up where Roots left off.
It did.
You never saw it?
No.
Oh, you should see it.
I don't like those kind of movies, bro.
I've heard that before, but I think that it's necessary.
Yeah, well then necessarily break their bread off. Tell them motherfuckers to break their bread off. I challenge everybody, black, white, green, or brown, to you know, you saw it was fucked up, man. You saw it, man. We know it. Now break that bread off. You know what I'm saying? Give a motherfucker a jump, cause we don't have a jump, man. We need a jump. We need a fucking step ladder. Cause down here on the bottom, man, we getting shit on by everybody.
What do you think when white people say the N-word?
Back then it was cool.
What about now?
Now I'm fucking offended by it.
Yeah, I remember Tom Hanks' son.
He said
was trying to justify saying it.
I just want to clarify one thing. Under no circumstances would I ever go up to somebody that I didn't know and just be like, hey, what's up, my nigga? It's an unspoken thing between people who are friends who understand each other.
No, you can't justify saying the N-word.
And he's worth, his dad's worth, $350 million or something.
That's cool. My DJ is a white guy. And, it was bitch this nigga that. You're like NWA, but then, as we got older, we was like, man, we ain't gonna say that shit to each other no more. I don't think that black and white should be split like that.
I agree.
I think that the blacks, the whites, the browns should all recognize what's fucked up, address it, and make a motherfucker pay. Like, goddamn well we don't have the same opportunities. We don't have the same opportunities in business. We don't have the same opportunities in the courts. Like, let's make the playing field even and pay the man. If them people put, 25 years on your place of free labor, man, and you got all this land and all these companies and all of this shit, man, get them people some motherfucking money, man, so they can go ahead and have their head start. Can you imagine growing shit, baling hay and sewing shit and cooking shit and, selling calf and all that shit was free and all the money came to you and you didn't have to pay a soul?
Yeah, I mean, that's
you'd be on your feet big time,
that's
right?
what the Civil War was about, right?
It didn't help me none.
Motherfuckers wanted to keep that free labor.
Man, they wanted that free labor.
Right, and that's why the North didn't really care as much, because they didn't need that free labor.
Yeah.
Because, they didn't have the farmland and everything else like that.
Shit popping off up there.
Yeah.
So, at the end of the day, man, in the beginning of the next, Vlad, we should really, really start fighting for, all of these big ass companies that, shit, we start somewhere. I feel like since the government was the institution behind it, then the government should be the institution responsible for paying it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Like we should really, really look into this.
Yeah, and I think that if
I'll be dead tomorrow. Go ahead.
I think if Obama had pushed for that, it would have been an uprising.
He ain't through yet though.
Yeah, he got a few days left. You know.
I think Obama wanted to be so politically correct. He didn't want to make. He said he wasn't the president of black people.
Yeah, he wasn't the pro-black president.
He said he was the president of the United States of America,
Right.
and I respect him for that.
Would you say that Clinton was more of a pro-black president?
I can't say that either.
No.
Because I can't say that none of the presidents was a pro-black president because nobody pushed to break their bread off back
Right.
to those people. You know, I promise you, man. You got $1 million. You got $100 million in your bank account, or $200 million in your bank account from or your families.
Yeah.
That was left down to you. You have generational wealth because of those people that work your shit for free.
Yeah.
Those people did that labor for free.
Yeah, I remember the craziest part that I learned about from watching 12 Years a Slave was that slaves actually had mortgages. Like you would have a mortgage on a slave, just like a house, that you would have to.
And the government was cool with that.
It was fine with it.
Vlad, that's who should be responsible for paying this shit.
Like, Charged Up was decent. It had some bars in it. Back to Back is a tough diss record. I don't give a fuck what nobody say.
The beat is not that hard.
What?
The Charged Up,
Nah.
the back-to-back beat really could have been a lot better.
Yeah, but in the club it goes. And I tell y'all all the time, the greatest diss records in the world are the ones that play in the club.
That shit's dope. If I rapped about driving around in a fucking car and like fucking listening to country music, nobody would give a fuck about that shit. Like, I make music about some shit because it sound cool. Like, I like making music. I make cool music.